Hey guys, what's going on? Mike here with the RWOPR podcast. Not our normal intro this time. Wanted to episode 60. Tonight I want to dedicate this episode to a friend of mine. Her name is Trish Oakes, and she's been a friend of mine for 20 years. And she tragically lost her life 2 weeks ago. She took her own life, and it's been tough. I went on a trip to Cuba and thought about her the whole time I was there, and yeah, it's been tough. But anyways, I want to sorry, I'm getting choked up a little bit. I want to raise awareness. If anybody out there is, is depressed, struggling with anxiety, or just having some bad thoughts or anything like that, please reach out to me, man. You can hit me up on Facebook Messenger. You can also hit Jim up because Jim would definitely want to help you. And any guys, dent guys, family, friends, anybody, anybody going through some shit, just hit us up, man. I'm still in shock and have no idea why. And but anyway, she was a big fan of the show. She is not involved in the dent industry at all. She was a fan of me. She supported me. She loved me, and I dedicate this episode to her. And Trish, I love you, and I'll see you again soon. Okay. All right, this episode's dedicated to you. What's up, guys? Mike here with the RWO PDR podcast, the real world order of PDR, paintless dent repair to you guys. We got an amazing episode tonight, episode 60. We finally hit that mark. But first, let me introduce my co-host. He once started a fire using only dental floss and water. His beard alone has experienced more than a lesser man's entire body. He is Mentor of the Year of 2022. He owns RealWorldPDR.com, the industry's hottest training site. He owns JM Dent Repair of Lafayette, Indiana. He is the one and only Mr. Jim Mitchell, everybody.
Hey, Jim. What's going on?
What's up, Cat? What's up, Cat Daddy?
No, wait. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way. Everybody was feeling bad about Toby.
God.
You feel bad about Toby. I'll miss that guy. But this is Venus. She's the new one. So I'm gonna let her go because she's dying to go.
That is a lot of cuteness, bro.
So much cuteness.
Sorry about your cat, man.
Sorry. Let's fuck the cat. The cat. I loved him, but let's Trish, right? Trish or Trisha?
Trish Oakes, yeah, Trisha.
Yeah. Trish. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, for real. So what Glidewell said there. Mm-hmm. I've been in that position before. I've had plans before, you know what I mean? And I've just been lucky enough to find friends at the right time. So if you are listening right now and you need a friend at the right time, I would be happy to be that guy. I know Glidewell will too. Mm-hmm. And there are tons of people. Hudson, reach out to Hudson. Reach out to somebody you're comfortable with and just have a chat.
Yeah, she was an amazing person, man. She worked for the Army Corps of Engineers. She spent 6 months in Puerto Rico helping out the people when that hurricane hit there. She helped me paint this shop, dude, and didn't want any money. She came here, she showed up with a paintbrush. Me and her painted the shop, and she was just that person, man. She's always there for us, and
it's just you don't know what kind of demons people are carrying sometimes.
Yeah.
You try to keep that to yourself, just be strong about it, and sometimes that's just not the right answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate, man. And, but anyways, let's get to the show. We got a couple of great guys on tonight. One guy's been on the show before, and the other guy, he hadn't been on yet. And I was kind of surprised. We have had 60 episodes, and we haven't had this man on. But anyways, let me bring them in. They've waited long enough. So if you should definitely know these gentlemen. We got Zan the Man and Mean Gene Betty.
What's going on, guys?
Hey guys, how are y'all, man?
Condolences from our side as well, Mike.
Thank you, man.
And listen, put me on that list of if anybody ever needs to talk.
Yeah,
1,000% all years.
Let me throw this up real quick if we'll go on to something else. That's guys. That's information. If you're ever, if you're in that spot, man, and you want to call a friend or a family member, but there's 988lifeline.org, or you can call 988, man. So, all right.
Man.
All right. Well, anyways, so guys, thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it having you guys. I've been dying to get Gene on here. And anyways, we'll just go right into it, man. So how you guys been?
Real good. Real good.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. We
Yeah.
appreciate the time.
No problem.
Yeah.
So
nice and busy.
I didn't keep track this year. I wasn't at MTE. I was on a cruise. Zan, how many trophies did you win this time?
Just one, man.
Just one. What are you doing?
I was shocked. I was like, what?
Just one trophy. Have you ever? So no, this is a serious question because I was thinking about it the other day. How many dent competitions have you entered and not won?
Oh, I didn't count, but I won more than not one.
Well, yeah, definitely.
So don't let him be humble. He had an 8-in-a-row win streak through the tag team competition of this MTE.
That's pretty impressive, man.
Right?
Not 8 in a row because between I was second in Japan, I was second in Vegas. First it was PDR World Cup, and then I got second Japan, second Vegas. Then I think there were 6 of the first row. Yeah.
Well, then you know what? Here I'm just going to take over the show. I mean, this guy's not even that good.
Yeah, I mean, come
Wow.
on. My hero is dead to me because he only got second place a couple times. Like, what?
Right.
I've been I think 4
Thanks, Tom. Don't worry.
4 Dent Olympics now, and I've yet to place. I'm coming for you.
I know, man. I've competed in that thing several times. I know the last time I did the solo, I was like, there's no way I can't get in top 5. I was so happy. I took video of my dent. Nope. Snub City.
Yeah, this year at the Olympics was like even more. Of course, everybody did. Everybody who placed, and I heard Gene was there also judging.
Yep.
And all top 10 were like top notch. What I heard, but like dents on the front door, they were so close, one next to each other.
Oh yeah, I hate
the
that.
one in the between 2 dents, and I couldn't get it flat. Like because those 2 were pulling all the metal. My dent was not. It's not possible to get it flat. It was clean, but just high.
The last Dent Olympics that I did, I had that same thing going on. As I was working on my dent, the one in front of me was oil cannon.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so like I have to deal with that one while I'm dealing with mine.
Exactly.
Try to make it good. And I was like, shit, I'm doing this guy's job too. But that being said, I've looked at the judging and every year that I've gotten beat, I got beat fair and square. So
no, it's always fair. The judging is
it's on point. It's on point. Absolutely.
It's just the luck of the draw, but that's everywhere with everything, you know.
Yeah. So this isn't me being bitchy. Like I deserve to not win when I didn't win. So it's
that was good.
And I'm same. Like this year, I didn't deserve the first place. That's why I didn't get it.
Right.
But I don't think I could have done my dent any better than I did because there was 2 dents. They were so close.
Yeah.
Pulling my dent, it was nowhere to put the metal. Nowhere to put the metal. It was high. There's nothing else I could do about it.
Yeah. So I know I've been there, man. I know I did that. The last time I competed, I did the dent trials in Vegas, and I felt like I did pretty good in the door, the fender, that fender, whatever. But the rail dent, I screwed up, man. I screwed up the layup, and I just couldn't get it, man. I don't know why. That's the layup of it. I feel, but
because you took it as a layup.
Yeah, right. I started out doing it, and I got my time in my head. I was like, oh, I'm already 20 minutes into this dent. Why am I should already be done with it, And
You know what's crazy is, and I'm sorry, we'll get back to Gene for a minute, but like Zan's kind of one of my fucking heroes, right? I've watched just quick clips of him at the Dent Olympics at Dent Trials, and I've learned shit like the way he sets up his fucking lights and shit. Man, I'm cussing a lot. I'm gonna tone that back a little bit, but the way he sets up his lights and everything, I was like, oh man, that's a brilliant idea. I'm gonna do that. So I mean, definitely something to take from there. I mean, he's a champion for real.
Hey, Jim, I also want to mention, we're talking about the Dent Olympics. So when Zan was competing, when I first met him, I think I met you at World Cup.
Yeah.
And I was like scoping out his tools. So I bought a Gorilla Grip because he was using one. I did do that. So I'm at MTE this year, and I'm walking through, and I went to A1. I looked up on the shelf, and I saw this sweet tool, man. And I walked over to it, and Zan's signature was on it. He has his own tool now that's similar. It's like the BB, the what you call it, with the cherry cap on it.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
rod.
the like a dent wizard tool, but longer,
dent wizard
longer
tool, yeah.
kick. Yeah, and A1 they were so great. They put my name on it, man. So
Yeah, it was cool. It looked really cool,
I
man.
appreciate
Sweet.
that, man.
Yeah.
It's like a special thing for me, to see your name on the tool is like, wow,
Yeah.
like I'm just nobody back from Europe, and I get my name on my tool. Like, what the hell?
One day, Jim.
It's
one
like when
day.
you're in a band and like some guitar company puts your name on a guitar, you're just like, oh fuck, I'm a rock star now. Like,
right.
That is rock star status.
yeah.
I appreciate it, guys.
Well, guys, anyways, I had a great time at MT 2023. We missed you, Jim. We had a good time. I mean, a lot of good tools and everything, and had fun. So, anyways, let's get over to what's going on with you guys, man. I want to know why do we have you on the show tonight? You want to talk about it?
Go ahead, Gene.
Sure. So we're on the show to talk about a little advanced training class that we're doing at my shop here in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So what we see is like this big hole in the market, right? And not necessarily like for a capitalism hole, but like for the technicians, for the guys, right? Right now in training in the PDR world, you've got in-person trainers, you've got online trainers like Jim, right? Everything to help people get started. And then after you get started, like you're sort of off to your own until you're good enough to go see somebody like Bryce Kelly or Sal Contreras or Kaz, right? Like the ultimate guru level deep stuff, right? But you've got to get really far in your career before you get there. There's just no way that we found that we see to like truly fast forward your career and get good at those bigger, harder dents that separate you from the competition, that let you get to competition level technician. And that's sort of what we're doing, right? Is putting together a small class, right? It's 4 seats per class, 4 people, to really dive deep into what advanced training is. What are the advanced techniques you're using to get better? It's all the stuff that we paid our dues, right? You're grinding away on hail cars, I'm grinding away on rock lots, like, and you're figuring out how to do this stuff. And maybe you watch some videos online. There's nobody out there really like taking somebody and putting their arm around them and showing them the ropes of how to run with more advanced, bigger, harder stuff, and sort of fast forward your career, right? You're out there making money. We want to help you make more money.
And so I'm glad that Gene just said that. So just full disclosure, I actually called Gene before this show because I was thinking like, well, shit, I do training. Like, what's up with this? And what I had said is, I do in-person training. I do some advanced training, intermediate level. And I think most of my trainees, they fall in that beginner to intermediate place. And what I said is I want to be the guy who's responsible for you going out and making money with this for the first time ever. And what Gene said is he wants to be the guy, they want to be the people that take you and show you how to make more money still. You know what I mean? Or win fucking trophies at competitions and stuff.
right.
Which, and so in that way, I think it's very complimentary to what I do, and I don't think it's stepping on anybody's toes. And I think
we had no intentions of stepping on anyone's toes. Like Gene said,
well, listen, I'm not stepping on that dude's toes. Look at me.
Oh, I thought you was talking to me, Gene. I'm like, really?
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a great thing, and honestly, I think it'll complement what real world dent trainer does already for people too. I think that you could take that great foundation that we can give you, and then let Gene and Zan take it to the next level. I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, that's exactly it. So just like with my PDR 20 group, or back to my PDR Marketing Minute podcast, the stuff that I put out there is all stuff that I wish existed when I was that new guy, right? When I was trying to figure it out, like, man, why isn't there somebody out there showing you how to do this stuff? Right. And I really have like an abundance mindset. Like I never have that, like, I have to have it all. If I don't get it, nobody can have it. There's so much out there for everyone. Like, I've got that open, just an open personality. Like, I'm an open book. If you want to learn something, like, let's learn something and go after it and all we're going to do is make everybody better.
Yeah.
Right. And raise the whole market up.
Which I think is important. More techs doing better work gives PDR a better name. Like
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
And like real world, we do have intermediate advanced training. But the problem is when you get to that advanced training, like you can watch every video ever, and I can show you how to do it. But without an expert behind you giving you those, like you're still going to dirty something up. You're still going to mess it up and create more work for yourself. With repetition and repetition and repetition, yeah, you'll get it. But if somebody was there to fast track it, looking over your shoulder, that would be valuable for sure.
Yeah. So I've got a father and son in this week just for advanced glue pull training. That's all we're doing is they're like, the one dude's an older 30-year tech and his son's a couple-year tech. This kid's going places. Like, I'm super impressed with what I've seen. But it is that in-person, over the shoulder, right? So we're glue pulling like dents with a deep pit today.
Mm-hmm.
Like taking a knockdown and smacking the hood and glue pulling that little pit out.
Yeah.
I have a hard time showing that in a picture when they're standing next to me, right? You got to get their face down on the panel with your face right next to them. And you're like, no, dude, right? Like this piece of orange peel is what
that's
you just, nobody has found a way to duplicate that.
Yeah.
If you try to, so I feel like I'm the expert of this. If you try to videotape that kind of thing, like there's really, one, maybe two ways that you can look at dents like that, like physically see them.
Yeah.
And if you put a camera in your way, all of a sudden it becomes really, really difficult to illustrate that.
Yeah.
So like as soon as you put the camera there, you're like, I'm trying to work around it. So I've got to move the camera to a subprime angle for me to actually work the dent to show it. So yeah, I mean, like, it's valuable to have somebody over your shoulder.
Well, like me being from the old school, like many of us are, I had learned by trial by error. I learned from my business partner we still work together. And there's just so much, you just kind of figure it out, and training, I think, would help guys, speed up the process and to do better repairs. So
especially
yeah, I definitely
recording the finishing. Like that is the
part. That's it. That's it.
Also, my YouTube videos, and Jim, you have plenty more than me, but the finishing part, I don't record it because I can't. Like, I need to finish it then. Like you said, there's camera, you can see it. Yeah. Finishing part, camera goes away, just records me, and I finish it.
I've gotten real patient with a few of them and be moving and like I'm really like cranking my body to get it just because people were asking for finishing. And so like you can do it, but you're going to turn a 30-minute repair into a 4-hour repair trying to videotape that thing.
Yeah.
So I actually everybody should check out Zan's YouTube channel. I don't watch a whole lot of other content just because I'm busy making my own, but I do try to catch his whenever his is up.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff.
Yeah, I've seen it.
We just did I guess probably a month ago, probably we did that live stream.
Yes.
So it's on my Facebook page. I think it's on Jean's Facebook page. We did a live stream. So Jean's in town doing some wicked hail work for a buddy of mine. So I went to his shop and I'm like, all right, we're gonna live stream. So we set up, Jean had his light here and I set up like the camera light here. So I was running camera this way and he's fixing this way. That was about as good of footage as I've been able to see shot. Like, go check out that video and watch how he attacks these like borderline stretched hail dents and how he's in and working them clean and the cross check. And I mean, we were zoomed in like 10x. Like, we're looking at like the orange peel is the size of your screen stuff, but it's so hard to show that finish.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're in person and you can be over their shoulder and you can point to exactly the spec that you're going after and the technique and all these nuances, right? It really just shows so much more.
And I love the online training. Obviously, it's what I do, but there is limitations to that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no getting around it. Actually, guys, if you want smaller cameras help. Little tiny cameras. I used to have this big like $4,000 setup and shit.
Like the old
get
the GoPro, right?
Take tip by Jim. Take tip. So I'm gonna say Robert Castile, what's up, buddy? I see you commented there, man. You're great, brother, and get better, man.
I know. I love that he says that. Like, I wish you could tend with us or whatever, because that's my other dent hero. I fucking love that.
He's a stud.
Guy.
Yeah.
He's great tech, and doesn't give himself enough credit. I don't know if I would have anything to show that dude.
Right.
Well, but so listen, there's also something to, and I believe Robert genuinely means that. Somebody of that caliber who sees that, man, there's value to go and listen to what other experts have to say. And he is an expert. He can teach a class. He can teach anything Jim could teach, anything I could teach, anything John could teach. Like, he could go in and teach a class, right? And he's saying, man, I'd be there if I could. Like, that's just for your younger guys or your newer guys that haven't started investing in yourselves yet. Like, pay attention to what the real leaders and experts do and do what they do, right? And part of that is investing in themselves.
And I'm a firm believer that anyone can learn, no matter what level you are on. Anyone can learn anything from anyone, something new. Like us four that are here right now, I bet all three of you can teach me something and I can teach you something.
Right. Totally agree with that.
I tell my trainees, actually I just had one last week, like, always try to be the dumbest guy in the room. Just let people talk.
Exactly.
Even the dumb guy probably has
the sponge, man. Just be the sponge.
Yeah. Like, everybody's got something.
So so let me, guys. So if anyone, when they attend this, what type of damage are we going to fix? Just different types.
So we're breaking it down to sort of into two classes. So it's 3 days, and we're calling that level up. So level up is going super deep and super nuanced on call it the fundamentals of PDR. And I don't mean learning how to find your tip or anything like that. I mean, when you're getting into like some gnarly, deep hail dents, like the over the shoulder, exactly all of the little nuances you're doing to fix it, right? So that class is going to be into deep stretch dents. Starting to work with the Power PDR box.
Okay, I was going to ask that.
Some tension techniques to help remove stretch. Introduction to tension. Some advanced glue pull, right? I know a little bit about glue pulling. I spent a little bit of time the last few years really going deep into glue. Creases,
body line dents,
body lines, right? Like really,
and finishing.
Blending out, but all with the nuances, right? Not the theory of why it is, right? Like, but hands-on in the trenches, getting after it. And then also some sales training and estimating training while we're there. Because, right, it doesn't matter if we can teach you how to fix all this stuff. If you can't sell it, you're not going to get the opportunity to fix it, right? So it's another layer of not just the physical repair, but like we all make our money. We all make our most money with that pen.
Absolutely.
Right? We're going to go through and teach that.
Yeah, Gene is wonderful at marketing and also how to write the estimate correctly to get the most out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's something I would love to do. Now I use DentMate and what have you too, but I would love to come and see how other people do their estimatics and shit like that. Like, I really think that would be useful to me because, you got the Cordons of the world who are getting $1,100 for dents like this. You know what I mean? Like, let's see, how is that happening? Exactly.
I want to mention DentOps too. A shout out to those guys, knowing that we are now DentMate is now compatible with them as of MTE. So
nice. Nice. Congratulations.
If you haven't used it yet, you should try it out. They give you like a couple free, I think, to start out. But they basically turn your PDR estimate into a CCC, and you can basically hand it to the body shop, and they make you more money. They find more things that you didn't find. So
we just did one of the free ones, the first one with it was on a Ram roof, and they ended up getting me an extra $1,200.
Yep, that's what they do.
$1,200, dude. Like hard cash to the shop, $1,200. So
I'm glad you highlighted that comment just now, Gladwell.
Wait. We got a Matt Moore comment. Let's
if it's a Matt Moore comment, listen to the Matt Moore comment.
All right, I'm gonna take my time and read it. Hang on. Doording.com.
Now check out the next comment.
All right, you ready?
Yep. That is forever true.
Yes. Yeah. For sure.
Yep. When that man speaks, I listen.
Well,
along with you three.
Me and my wife visited Matt at his shop. He has a really nice operation going there. Thank you for having us, Matt. And it was a blast, man. We learned a lot just in 1 hour or 2 hours that we spend there with him,
Mm-hmm.
just having fun, not going there to teach, to learn.
Yeah. Matt is a
You get a fucking Hudson just
A
being
hoodie bear.
of course. But yeah, no, Matt Moore is awesome. Everybody should be following what Matt's doing and keeping an eye on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's the one when we've had him on the podcast twice now, Glidewell.
Yeah, and that was our second most downloaded episode was Matt.
I genuinely sat around and wrote notes in that podcast. Like,
right. I rewatched it because I was trying to do the show. Sometimes I miss things, even said in front of me. But yeah. But anyways, let's say what's up, Joshua Dragos. Man, that's a good dude, solid dude. But yeah, anyways, let's go back to the training. So when is this event going to take place?
So it's so we're doing 1 week. The February 27th, 28th, and March 1st is level up. And then the second half or the second class, because you can do either or, is Smash School. And that is exactly what it sounds like, right? Smashing panels and fixing smashes.
I got a question.
Yes.
How are y'all going to put the dents in the cars? Let's hear it.
So we're thinking of actually doing a little tip of the hat back to PDR College, the last advanced. That was the last advanced skills.
That was my idea, actually.
Yeah,
it
was.
Yeah.
Well, you go ahead, explain to him.
So what we're gonna have, like 4 people, we take different panels, each makes damage on their own. And how I got this idea, like when we were at the advanced skills seminar in 19, yeah?
19, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was me, Bryce, Derek Yost, and Shane Jacks. We all had one door.
There was
Smash it.
four doors off of it was all off a Prius.
Of a Prius. We had to smash the doors and then fix it. And I was being honest. I said, look, if you're asking me to smash my own doors and then fix them, I'm gonna be a pussy. I'm not gonna smash it that hard, you know.
Don't be a pussy.
You know. So let's just smash them all and number them, and then we draw. What you get, you know. So that way you're not holding back when you're smashing the doors in. Like, oh, come on, I'm not gonna fix this.
I'm such a competitive asshole. I would do it opposite. I'd be like, "Oh, you smashed that. I'm gonna smash it 3 times," and then I would screw myself.
Do you guys?
Then you'll draw the door.
Do you guys remember? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gene.
Oh yeah. So I think we're gonna do just to have fun in the class.
Yeah.
Everybody smash a door, right, and then draw, and you're not gonna get your door. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Don't be too horrible because the other dude might be horrible back, but make it hard. And then the way that's sort of going to go. So we do a door smash. We're going to work on some quarters and then some large rail dents, right? Like we're going to be using glue on the smashes, but in the rail, like those, like we get them here, the storm damage, like the branch came down, smashed the rail, or the basketball hoop fell over and smashed the rail, like the stuff that you look at and you're like, I don't know. We're going to see. Right. Those are the types of repairs that we're going to do. I don't have the Bryce Kelly tractor with the tire.
That's what I was hoping you were going to say.
We're not, go see Bryce for that.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. And then even deeper estimating and sales and dealing more with the insurance companies. Because when you run into those bigger smashes like that, a lot of times it's turning into a claim. And so many of us are unfamiliar with the claims process outside of hail, right? Hail's easy. It's cut and dry. Everybody knows how that goes. When you get into smashes, you're dealing with a whole different ball game. You prep the customer different. You got to learn how to work with the insurance company, what that's all going to look like, have a bit of an understanding how conventional repair is done. So you've got a leg to stand on. So we're going deep. And really, with the price of the class, you can earn it back through being able to do repairs you couldn't do before. You can earn it back by being able to work faster and cleaner, or
charge more.
Learn how to write and charge more and sell and close more deals. Like there's multiple ways for you to earn your investment back, right? Because if you're going to invest, it has to pay you back, or it's a bad investment, right? So that's what we're working for is moving ahead. For Josh, this is currently there's this on the schedule is all there is. We would love to come back and do it again, bigger, better. But we got to do one first
and
see how that goes and see that
feedback.
Everybody's getting the value that's there. And also a little added bonus is everybody who goes through the training will have access to the bulk recordings of it, right? We're not doing in depth, but you'll have room shots where you can go back and listen to what's going on. And we're doing 12 months of availability for reaching out to me and John.
Yeah, on a group together.
Yeah,
group.
if you're going out on a job, you're not sure what to do, like you've got the group to come
I think
back.
that's a good idea. After the class, kind of stick together and conversate and stuff
Yeah,
like
for,
that.
for the next year, you're going to have some mentors to help you get through. Or you run into that hard problem, like we're going to be here to help you out.
Yeah, we're not just here to take your money and thank you bye, but support and grow other people as well.
Yeah, that's the way to do. Actually, that the access to the bulk video, that's a great idea. I wish I would have done that with some of my my workshops that I've had. It's just, when there's that much going on, sometimes you just miss things, and it would be cool to be able to look back.
Yeah, so we had a couple of people that were like, wow, man, that sounds like a lot of information. What am I going to do if I forget something? I said, well, we're going to do our best. And again, it's not going to be in-depth, deep footage, but we're going to have multiple cameras set up with multiple mics, and it's just going to be a ton of footage, right? And it'll sit on some server somewhere, and you'll get a link to it. And
I mean, as long as sometimes all it takes is that, like, you heard that, like, oh yeah, they were talking about doing that, and just like something to refresh your memory a little bit. I don't think it needs to be in depth.
Yep, exactly. And the times where we are talking theory, right? That'll be one camera. We're talking at one camera shot at it, so you can go back and listen to the theories. So Josh, not just a group chat with that, but actual so it'll be done on WhatsApp, and then you can call directly on WhatsApp because this guy lives across the pond and over the hills and through the mountains, and he's at my grandma's house or something.
It's 1 a.m. I think where he's at, right?
6 hours, maybe more.
3 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
Yeah. So whatever this is, then.
So 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
2 in the morning.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So call him. Well, he's up early. So if you're out early, right, you're good to go. And then I'm East Coast.
So you guys said in the beginning, you are only taking on 4 students, correct?
4 students. So really, we're down to, we have room for 1 person if they want to take both classes.
Okay.
And then that fills up the first class. And then that leaves 1 spot in the second class. Or if somebody wants to do level up, we've got 2 smash schools left. That's it. Like we're talking a max of 3 and potentially 2 is all that's left for this class.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I hope this is super successful and you have another one, because I'll be interested in showing up for the next one for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, you can learn so much, man. I trial by error for me and learning from other techs. Jim's Brew World's great. I watch it all the time, and yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I've watched plenty of Jim's YouTube videos. I'm not a paid subscriber, but yeah, plenty of your YouTube videos.
Well, you're the star of one of them.
Is the glue pull one on there?
Yeah. So the anecdote. This is how I really, really met Gene here. Is I was at MTE and I was absolutely done purchasing shit. I had purchased like $5,000-$6,000.
He literally said, he's like, "Oh no, I'm done buying." I'm like, "No, come see this."
And then he was just like, "Yeah, I get what you're saying, but come here." And then he showed me the Kiko crease killer system. And he did that sneaky ass little trick that he does where he put the crease killer system all together, and he's like, all right, now pull both handles. And like, I consider myself a fairly strong guy, and I was just cranking on that son of a bitch. And it pulled up a beautiful, really, really high crease because I was pulling that hard.
Oh, right.
I was just like, sold, pack it up, I'll find it.
I got to get that thing, man. I remember when you bought that. I do remember that, but
I used it today, as a matter of fact. Like,
right.
It's a great system, but it was a sneaky ass trick. You knew
let me interject on a Gene Fetty story. Not this MTE, but last MTE. Had to do my dent mate booth by myself, and I was super busy. Didn't get to do anything, to compete or nothing. And I walked by Gene. I needed a K-bar. For some reason, I didn't have that. I have everything else, but I don't have a K-bar and the crease killer thing. And I was like, "Hey, Gene, man, you got any more K-bars?" "Yeah, we got plenty of them." I said, "Man, I'll be back." And I got busy, and I just never made it over. Gene walks over with the K-bar and the credit card processor. Boom, boom. Here you go, Glidewell. Out the door.
I'm actually upset that you didn't already have a K-bar.
I know. I bought the K-Bean.
I
like it, but
problem.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Jack Bucknell got in my ass. He's like, "Dude, why do you not own one of those?"
I mean, for real, like everybody's got to have a K-bar. Like,
I know. Anybody listen to this, get a freaking K-bar. Seriously, I use it all the freaking time.
My favorite tool. It's when I go out and do the trainings. Right, I'm talking. We get this whole. It's a $5,000. It's a $5,000 system now,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm like, listen, if you're making me pick one big tool, it's the K-bar. Like,
Yeah.
you can do so much with just that. That is, if you're making me pick one, I want them all. I have them all, and sometimes multiples of them all. But if you're making me pick one, I'm still going back to my K-bar. It's
And I can explain why I never had one, because I had a piece of shit thing that was like a knockoff of it. And it was before the K-bar came out. So I had this thing from the old school. I'm from the old school. And I was using this plastic piece of shit, and it broke. And I was like, why am the K-bar is way more heavy duty than this thing I was using. So yeah, get that tool.
Off topic a bit, I got a cool MTE story that Jim would probably appreciate. So about little less than 2 years ago, a guy contacts me from my country. He calls me that he's interested in learning PDR to get into the training. So we scheduled training with him, and the guy comes into my shop to do training with me, the beginners. And he came in ready, man. And he told me that he was watching RW Real World PDR, Jim's platform that he has for training, and he's watching it all the time. And he like, it's so good, the platform. It got him really ready, you know. Like, I didn't have to explain all the beginning stuff. And wait, it gets better, Jim.
Oh, even cool.
So he did the 3 weeks training with me, and he's a great guy and everything. So we put him to work. Also, like, he's working hell now with us and everything. So this year we go to MTE. The guy goes to the beginner competition. He placed third.
Whoa, what's up, Real World?
What the hell? Yeah.
I wish I would have heard of that.
And he started actually with your platform, and then beginner training with me as well. So,
dude, I love it.
That is freaking awesome, dude.
I remember being like, shit, yeah, if you're gonna go to get some training, that's the guy to go to. Like, I think we had that conversation online. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that was
something.
That was a hell of a repair too.
Yeah.
Those dents were like, listen, I couldn't have fixed that as a 2-year tech. I'm sure.
Oh, dude, I saw that. That was pretty rough for a 2-year tech.
That and that first, second, and third, the 3 techs that placed, they were all spectacular repairs. Like, and they were all wholesale deliverable on that damage all day long, which is spectacular for a 2-year tech. I'm a
less than 2 years.
I'm a 20-year guy. I remember how hard that was, and I know how bad I sucked at 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, I was not capable of producing that kind of work under those conditions. Like, it's not even like you're out working at your own pace. Yeah. You're in a room and everybody's watching you, and you're the new guy. Like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Spectacular.
30-minute time frame too. That's impressive.
Yes. Hats off to all of those beginners that entered.
Us old guys better get good at something, because these young bucks are coming up.
They're coming for us.
Like programs like Real World. I mean, they're my competition, but who's the other guys? Mike Toledo, you know them. Den Trainer, yeah. Like, that's really helped, because I know in 2 years I was absolute crap. You know what I mean? Like, and the reason that I made Real World, just back to Zan's point, really, is because, you know, I was getting these in-person trainees, and like, we're spending 3 or 4 days finding your tooltip. Like, that's some bullshit for the amount of money that training costs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so Real World is to get you that solid ass base, you know, all the way up to the knowledge of the advanced training. And, you know, what you guys are going to do is take them even further with that shit. And I think it's awesome. But yeah, like, all of us new guys watching, all of us sucked compared to what you can be.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
With the amount of information that's available to you now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Lewis, the
tools.
Lewis, the kid that's in today, like, working so clean. At 2 years, this dude is working so clean. Like, his knockdown work is like a 10-year tech knockdown. Yeah. Like, I'm like, 2 years, dude? Yeah. I'm like, quit. Man, I'm out. Yeah.
Boys, things have changed. I remember when I learned, I had a Home Depot light and 10 tools, and I worked on car lot shit at the dealership that sent me to dent school. I mean, it's changed, man.
Anybody else make tools out of torsion bars out of trunks when they first started? Yeah, me too.
No, but in fact, I was talking to my mom. She found, so I went and bought some steel, and I had a bender, and I was trying to make some of my, because I couldn't afford $50 for a tool. Are you kidding me? My brother, right. Not when I could go buy the steel for $10 and I already had the Harbor Freight bender. Like, I'm handing them out in the shop and I'm grinding it. I should go find them, rusty tools and like hang them up.
I have a few that I actually made from torsion bars in my shop. I've got so many. I got way more tools than anybody needs. But every once in a while, I just look at it and be like, damn, come a long way, dude. That's all right.
Yeah. It's a good reminder. It's a good reminder.
Yeah. Now we sound like a bunch of cranky old guys. He's young.
I know, right? Back in my day.
Fancy tools and lights.
Get off my lawn, kids.
Zan, hey, Zan, I got a question for you, buddy. How many years have you been to PDR and how'd you get started?
So I entered the industry in 2008 because my mother was an accountant at the PDR company back in Slovenia. And after I finished high school, he's like, yeah, you're doing this thing. She was accountant. She saw the numbers, how much guys make. She's like, yeah, that's a job for you, So I didn't go at start right afterwards. I took about half a year, tried other jobs for myself. Didn't work out. Then I started getting into PDR by doing just R&I and training by myself, And in 2010 is when I fixed my first car. It was May. I remember it. It was the first car I got to fix by myself, and it looked like shit. So,
Hell yeah.
17, 18, one of those 2 years later, I still feel like some of them look like shit.
Yeah.
Right? You have a bad day, and you're like, why? Do I even know what I'm doing?
Yeah, dude.
I'll tell you,
like you get to a dent or something that just kicks you off. It's like, what the hell?
Listen,
maybe is this not for me? Like,
I had a tailgate yesterday, lift gate. And dude, it hit this brace. The brace was right for the latch. I couldn't get the brace to move. I couldn't get the blue. But I'm like, dude, this is all I could do. Like I don't know. Like
I had a crease at the bottom of a Subaru today that I got it deliverable, but I was just like, son of a bitch. Like that's all I can do. And I was like, yeah, that's all I can do. Like I've been on for 4 hours. What else?
I had a failed
yesterday.
I had a failed repair today too, man. I worked on an Audi EOS, one of the new electric cars, and powered it down, did all that stuff, and had a real nasty dent in the quarter panel. Of course, I took the molding off, and the tool I needed that I haven't bought yet is the rat tail. That would have been the perfect tool for this dent. So I used some old school tools and just couldn't get it, man. So it was too sharp. So yeah,
we still, even no matter how many years that you're in this, you will mess up. It comes, then they'll knock you off. And sometimes did it ever happen to you? Like you see some small dent and you get too cocky with it. Like I had some small in the door and I'm like, hey, can you fix this? I'm like, no problem. Correct pin. Oh, Jesus.
And then you estimate a stupid low or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Why did I not put a light on this?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It happens to all of us. Like, for sure. There's days that I walk into the shop and I was like, I don't think I fucking remember how to fix dents anymore. Like, because everything goes wrong, or I break a fucking window the day that I'm talking about.
Oh, God.
Years. And then that day, I bust a fucking Honda, whatever it was, window. Like, yeah, we all have days like that.
Yeah. I broke a laminated glass for the first time in my career about 3-4 months ago. And I broke it at the center, not on the edge, but the center. I was pushing on it so hard.
Wow,
dude, I don't know. I had it 5-6 inches up, had it wedged. I mean, not wedged, but pump wedge. Everything was good. It was a mean dent, aluminum door. I should have took the window out because it was so easy to get out after I had to replace it. But man, I got in there and just didn't give a shit, and I just got a little crazy with it. And I rolled it up, and I heard something. I thought I heard a noise, and I rolled it up, and yeah, it was this center. It looked like a bullet hit it. It was weird. Yeah.
So Jeff got screwed today on some Chrysler paint.
Oh shit!
And just like he's highlighted it, pulled all kinds of paint yesterday. He actually works in my shop, and dude, he couldn't catch a break on this fucking Jeep. Like cold glue was just ripping the paint off of this thing, like factory paint. But like that's the
I pulled factory paint with cold glue last week on a Lincoln, and I had fallout. Like the paint had been. I'm a clean car, but yeah, I pulled a little. I'm like, listen. I looked and I'm like, that's right on the cold glue right there.
Speaking of cold glue, Matt Armaggio was telling me he had gotten some glue from MTE from Sergio.
Yes.
Cold glue. He said you could literally pull a steel bumper dent out with this glue. It's that strong.
So he showed so Sergio was showing video of that. Now he wasn't pulling the pit out, but he was moving the metal. I saw that. Well, I talked Matt. Me and Jack stopped at Matt's booth, and Matt's like, "You guys got to go see this glue." We went over and I bought the 3-pack. Dude, I've been pulling. So I've got this little steel tab from who's the guy from Russia that made the Damascus hammer?
Crossformer hammer, right?
Or
Stanislav.
Yeah.
Stanislav. Yeah. So he sent me this little metal tab with some different cold glue. So I've got this little. It's a little bigger than a dime size tab, and I put some of that hard pull Sergio's glue on. Dude, the high spots you can pull with this freaking cold glue is insane. I mean, it is like it when you get the temperature right, it is almost like a hot glue snap. He's done something. So he's done something to the glue. There's some sort of it almost feels like an abrasive in there. So what I've noticed is, cold glue, you get that little bit of residue, you hit it with alcohol and you wipe it off. I've noticed that when I'm using that cold glue, when I'm wiping that off, I'm getting a light scratch, not like scratch through the paint, but like a light surface scratch that needs polished. You got something. It's not like Glexo or like Anson's, regular traditional cold glue.
Yeah, it's
he
different.
Just leveled up the cold glue, and that it's blue, the hard pull stuff.
I can't wait so we can buy that now.
Yeah, it was available at MT.
So Joshua Drogos just said.
Let me go to him real quick. I'll pull him up. Was he asking a question?
No, he said Nemesis. Is that the name of the glue, or is he just saying words here? Explain yourself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Back to the breaking glass. Tech tip: even normal glass will break if the car is outside. It happened to me twice before I realized what's going on. It was winter, car's outside, freezing. So the window, when it's frozen, it's under a lot of tension. And they would pull in the car, like I was doing hail cars. They would pull in a car. Hey, just a quick door then. Customer is waiting. Okay, no worry. Put in the window guard. Start working on it because it went from cold to warm, and I didn't let it warm up. It just the whole glass. So be careful if you're having cars frozen outside when you're pulling them in. Take your time. Let the window warm up before you start working on it.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks, Dom. I'm going to try that. So use the microfiber and lots of I'm going to try that.
Yeah, just saw that. That's cool, man. Good advice. Thanks, Dominic. Appreciate you, man. All right, guys. Hey, Gene, one more last time. We're getting ready to Jim's favorite part of the show, and mine. And tell us again, what dates are this and how many spots you got available again?
So it's February 27, 28, and March 1st for Level Up.
Okay.
And then 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of March for Smash School. You can find out all the information at upyourpdrgame.com is where you want to head for that. Like 1 seat for Level Up, 2 for Smash School, or if somebody takes the week, right? And we have special pricing if you're taking both, right? And then it's gone. Like we're this close to full, but we're not quite there yet. So
hopefully this podcast gets you to full then.
Thank you.
That's what we want to hear. Absolutely.
Yep, it will. It should. So just message Gene or Jean and message them and directly and
we can even leave the link in the description.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, that'll work. Cool. All right, guys. Well, Gene, since it's your first time on the show, this is our favorite part. It's nothing to do with dents. It is time for 5 stupid ass questions that we will all answer.
Well pulled up. 5 stupid ass questions.
We're trying to be like Ginger Bros. We're trying to get fancy because they're really fancy right now.
Right.
Congratulations to them, by the way. They won the golden mic. So
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's start with Gene, since it's his first time on the show. Gene, question 1: have you ever went to the bathroom in the pool?
Yep. I ain't gonna lie.
What age?
Young, preteen, I would say.
Zan the man?
The same, yeah, young. I did number 1, not number 2.
Yeah. Never dropped the deuce. No Caddyshack.
Jim, how about you, buddy?
I'm going to take not lying to another level. First of all, absolutely. And this is the reason I don't swim in public pools, because I call them public restrooms. If I'm in one, I'm gonna treat it as such.
I have, of course, when I was younger, but yeah, I always was worried about that purple dye that would come out like that movie. I was always worried about that for some reason.
Yep.
But, yeah, but it didn't happen. So, all right, let's move on to question 2. Zan the man, we're gonna start with you, buddy. What's the craziest thing you've ever done in a car?
In a car. Well, probably I don't know if you sex is crazy, but probably that. Yeah.
Jim?
Craziest thing I've done in a car? I have no fucking idea. Like I've done I'm a big sports car enthusiast, the M4s and shit like that. I would say the unintentionally most cool thing I've ever fucking done in a car. Can that count?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I was gonna do like a big smoky burnout out of a fucking shop parking lot and whatever. Our road's kind of busy, and I'm good at this kind of thing. But instead, it was a new M4, had a little more power than I was used to. I did like a full fucking 360 in the middle of the road, just dodging everything. And then I ended up perfectly in the other lane. Not the direction I wanted to go, really, but perfectly in the other lane, just taking off like, yeah, dude, I fucking meant to do that. Now, I put a lot of lives in danger on that one, so I wouldn't recommend it. And it was a complete accident, but it was probably the most unintentionally cool shit I've ever done.
Well, hell yeah, dude. Gene, how about you, buddy?
So I'm gonna take a road like Jim. So I used to autocross, right? So that's to set up cones in a parking lot, right, SCCA, and drive around stupid fast in a really little circle. Yeah. So I had a Dodge Neon ACR, which was the club racer from Mopar, like adjustable suspension from the factory, would pull a lateral G. Well, I'm driving home from my detail shop, and we've got these S turns. And like one of the few times I wasn't driving like an asshole. But I'm driving home, and a little bit of gravel in the middle of the road, like right on the yellow line. I hit it, start to lose control, and I guess from autocross, like pretty quick on the turn, a 360, and I steered around an oncoming car mid-spin to avoid it, and right back into the lane like it never missed a beat, and drove home.
That is so cool. It looked awesome.
Oh, dude, I wish I had a dash cam. Like it was like we started spinning, I turned around, I rolled through it, and I missed the dude coming the other way. I guarantee he shit his pants.
You shit yours a little bit, right?
Yeah, right. Like I went home and changed. Yeah, but that was it. That was my craziest.
Oh man. Well, mine's not as that elaborate. Lost my virginity in the back of a Mustang. 16 years old.
That's hard to do. Good for you.
Yeah.
Back of a Mustang.
I had R. Kelly on.
That's a lot of
you.
I'll never forget her.
The middle part of one song though, right? We all know how that goes.
Yeah, it was just the intro.
Yeah. Yep.
So can I expand on mine a little bit? So because I'm a BMW enthusiast, they always invite me to the BMW racing events in Indianapolis. And I would say it doesn't feel crazy when you're doing it, but 190 around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is pretty fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
BMW M8. Those things are like rocket ship couches. They're fucking awesome.
Hell
that is awesome.
Sweet. All right.
Do we have a time for another story with the car?
Yes.
Yeah. We got plenty. We're good.
When I was just starting out of school, I was broke ass. I had an old car, really old. So I was working at an Aldi store, and it was winter. I finished my job in the evening. I go out. Of course, the whole car is frozen, right? So turn on the car, start heating, and my wipers were on. So I hear like, bam, and only one starts wiping, The other one broke. And it was the driver's wiper, and I was broke. I need to wait till my paycheck to buy a new wiper. So I was driving like this, I was using one wiper, driving like this for like a month or so.
Wasn't that like Pet Detective or something? Jim Carrey sticking his head out the window. Ace Ventura,
Yep.
That's great. Hey man, look where you're at today, brother. We all came from those humble beginnings, man. I love that shit. I love hearing that shit, man.
Okay, I do one more tech tip on the car thing. Just one more.
Yes, Jim.
I'm so
Go
sorry.
ahead.
So whenever I used to do hail, like I traveled doing hail, like a lot of people do, you get a little sleepy on the road after 14 fucking hours driving wherever you're going. So here's a tech tip. Here's a quick tip you pinch $100 bill, something that matters, right? And then you put it out the window. That will keep your ass awake.
Huh, that's a good idea.
Because you gotta pinch that hoe, and you don't want to lose that $100. You'll stay awake for that.
That is, I never thought of that.
That's good.
Crazy,
like, don't do it
man.
with a 5 because you'll be like, $50 is worth a nap.
$5. Yeah.
But I must that tech tip for them guys only works at the beginning of the season where you're going to the store.
Yeah.
When you're going back, you're just like, fuck it.
That's hilarious. Oh my god. All right, let's move on to question 3. Jim, we'll start with you, bud. What's your favorite horror movie?
Oh shit, I am not a fan of the genre, really.
You don't really like scary movies or anything?
No,
Slasher, ghost, or something?
maybe I'm a big bitch. No. You know, the one that traumatized me most is my dad let me watch Child's Play way too fucking young.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I was in no reasonable age to be watching that shit, and it fucked with me for a while. So it's not my favorite, but it's definitely the one that traumatized me the most.
Right. Gene, how about you, buddy?
So not a big fan of the genre anymore. I think it's because my wife is way against. She's like, nope, freaking me out, not doing it. But if I'm gonna go throwback to when I was a kid. The early Freddy Kruegers, the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Those were awesome.
Like terrified. You're like laying in your bed like this. You're like, you don't
true,
even want to move. That was
true fact. The first movie, Johnny Depp, that was the first time he ever acted. He was the dude that got swallowed into the bed.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
True story. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm going Nightmare on Elm Street, OG original stuff, because they sort of got a little humorous as they went on, right?
They did. They got ridiculous.
They get scarier. They got funnier. But the early ones were, I'm going to go Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right. Zan, how about you, buddy?
I am also a bitch. I don't watch scary movies, but I do like The Walking Dead, stuff like that. If this
I love Walking Dead. Love
this
Walking Dead.
stuff. And I don't know, maybe Final Destination. It's a really old movie. If you know it, it's not like scary movie, but it's kind of freaky. So, but not really into scary stuff.
Jeff, fuck you.
Yeah, that's gonna be hilarious. I want video of this. But, go ahead.
Sorry, Gladwell.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say I love horror movies. Me and Danielle watch them all the freaking time, and I like the if you all haven't seen The Conjuring, the first one, it is fantastic. All these other horror movies they're making now are garbage, and that movie scared the shit out of me. So,
how do you sleep then? How do you sleep after having a movie night?
I watched it Halloween night. That was when I was single and I lived by myself. So I don't know how in the hell I got through that, but it's awesome, man. I love it. I love that shit. So.
Have you guys? So it's kind of like The Walking. Have you watched The Last of Us yet?
Oh hell yeah, dude!
No, great show.
That is. I think it's. I love Walking Dead. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan. I actually met Herschel at a Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
I got a picture with him. Yeah.
Nice.
He's Scott Walker. He passed away. But that new show is badass. I like it because they actually tell you why this is happening, and it's kind of cool. Actually, different concept.
That's awesome. So, The Walking Dead, I think, was filmed in Georgia, and I believe Stephen Hamby was an extra.
He was
on there.
He told me that.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell a real quick story about Scott Walker. Years ago, I went to Comic-Con in Louisville. They had a small one, and I dressed up as the governor. I actually had makeup. I had an eye patch on. I was a weirdo. I was doing this, and we went to Comic-Con. Scott Walker was at lunch, and everybody was waiting. He walks by, and he sees me and my buddy and someone else I had with me, and they were – he goes, those guys, bring them to the stage right now. We were the only people dressed up as Walking Dead. They're like, bring them up.
Nice.
We got up. We got free picture with him. Everybody else had to pay money, and he just loved us. He's like, man, you are great, man. You know, so that was good. It was cool.
That's awesome.
So,
nice.
Yeah. Yep. All right, guys, let's move on to question 4. This is a quick one. We'll start with Zan here. Zan, hot sauce or no hot sauce?
No hot sauce
On your food?
No.
None? Okay. Jim?
Hot sauce on everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Gene?
I will go normal white guy hot sauce, like Frank's Red Hot. Throw it down, man. I love that stuff. You start getting into the crazy stuff, hell no.
I hate spicy food, so I don't do hot sauce at all. When I went to Cuba last, y'all knew I was there. I actually the spicy, like I don't know. So all right, quick one. And the last, what's up? Huh?
What?
Your connection sucks.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Am I cutting out?
Yeah, it's I think you're kind of back.
Okay. Sorry about that.
You got a pixelated face and it's improvement. So
That's weird. The shop internet's pretty good. So I don't know. Well, anyways, I told everybody I went to Cuba, ate the food there. It was great. It was spicy, but I handled it all right. So, all right, guys, let's go to question 5. Let's start with Gene. Gene, Margot Robbie or Scarlett Johansson?
Oh man, I'm not a celebrity person. Give me who are they?
Let me Google.
Yeah. I'm thinking Scarlett
I'm thinking
Johansson.
Yeah,
Scarlett Johansson plays the
Scarlett.
Black Widow in Marvel, and
I'm
Margot
Google.
Robbie plays Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and
Margot.
Margaret.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Let's see. Oh, I'm going Scarlett.
Yeah, me too.
Scarlett, 2 Scarletts, Jim.
Yeah.
I know you know who these ladies are.
I don't. I'm Googling right now too.
Okay. Did you all watch Suicide Squad with
Yeah. So I'm just
that
gonna
is
be
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Scarlett all day.
Scarlet all the way. Yeah.
okay. I'm just gonna be contrarian and say the other one.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm Scarlett Johansson all the way, but now I'm switched over to Margot Robbie. So
So no,
sorry, guys.
I'm a
Rare.
wait.
It's not like any of us is getting any.
Well, I don't know, Zan. I'm in the movie business now, so don't give me a little credit now. No.
Yeah.
I'm sure Danielle would love that.
Hey, you
Yeah,
already have your actress.
Oh yeah. I'm good. Love her to pieces.
We're good as well.
So
right.
if I had to go, if I had to do a combination,
What are you doing now?
a combination here. No, this is where I would go. If we could do scary movie plus actress, I'm going. Shit.
You're going deep.
Resident Evil
Ooh.
Mila
and
Jovovich.
Mila. Yes.
Mila
Yes.
Jovovich.
Ooh, yeah.
That's it. So I'm gonna. If I was gonna do the 6th question and pick it out of your 5,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going that for scary movies and her for the actress.
All right.
And
Fair
my
enough, Gene.
bitch also. But, no, like she's a Markovich and she's a what was her name?
Jovovich.
Jovovich. I married a Markovich. I like the itches. So
Yeah. We all love the itches.
What the fuck is going on this show today?
Awesome.
Well, guys, thanks again for coming on, man. We went over the hour mark, which is fine. We don't care. So, but guys, thank you again. Check out the advanced training coming up, the level up, and the Smash School coming up.
Upyourpdrgame.com.
Upyourpdrgame.com. Sorry, I didn't have that on the screen. I didn't know that. So, you guys check it out. Gene and Zan are good friends of ours, and can't wait to see how this goes. So, all right, man. Well, let me give a shout out to our sponsors.
Really
Yeah.
appreciate you all.
Thank you for your time, guys.
No problem, man. RealWorldPDR.com, the industry's hottest training site. Respect the crowns. DitMatePro.com. And don't forget about ditmate.com.au. We're going to keep all out the dollars. So, all right, guys, thanks again for coming on. And we are out.
Yeah, what he said.
So good. Real World
You got a
PDR,
comment?
Up Your PDR Game, and
Still live.
.com and .com.au or whatever. .au.
Look, I'm sorry.
Pick up the slack there, buddy.
I'm being shameful. Out Pure and the Damned on the Amazon Prime. Check your boy out. I'll see you guys. Thanks again for coming on, and you all have a good night. And Trish, we love your minute, and we know you're watching. So, all right.
Yep.